Alright, so in this video, we're going to be going over the song Never Lost by Elevation Worship. And this song, the one I'm going to be doing, features Tauren wells, so it's kind of a fun song to do. We're going to do this in the key of C. And where I wanted to play this piano lick is at the end of the song. It kind of has a big trash can at the end. And so it leaves open the possibility to do a couple different options. So let's first listen to this section of the song. We'll kind of play a little bit that leads up to that ending, and then we'll come back and figure out what we can do to put a nice little piano lick at that ending trash can. All right, so the chord progression's in there. The song's in the key of C, so it's doing a C, and then an F over C, and then this is a diminished with a 7. And that diminished. And it kind of repeats that over and over. And then the last two chords is a B flat, and then an F, and then it ends on the C, and that's when it does that trash can. So as far as counting the notes, we're just going to leave that alone for now because there's quite a few options that you can do for this song. So then we have to figure out if we're going to do a major or a minor scale. So my rule of thumb there is you throw a flat 7 in the key that you're in, so we're in the key of C, you'll throw a flat 7, which is this B flat, and if that sounds good, then you can do a minor scale. So then the next question is if we're going to do a pentatonic or a blues. So my rule of thumb there is just ask yourself if the song sounds bluesy, then you can do a blues scale. So to me, it does sound very bluesy. It's kind of a gospel blues kind of a song. So this would be perfect for a minor blues scale. So the next thing we have to do is practice the scale and work out the riff. So we'll pull up our C minor blues scale and make sure we have the correct fingering. And just go through it until you can make it smooth, and you can build up as much speed as you possibly can. And you can go up and down. You can do 2 octaves or 3 octaves, or you can just stay on 1 octave and go up and down. Like that, but you want to get as quick as you possibly can. One thing that I did notice is Tauren Wells, when he's singing this song, he's going, da, da, do you not wanna da 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 da, yeah, and he does this run and goes da 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 da. So it hits that flat 7 da da, but he hits that A2, which is not a part of that minor scale. So one thing that I thought of is you can also, that's part of the C major scale. So this song in particular, you can apply the minor scale or the major scale, the major blues scale. So one thing you want to practice is if you can use both major and minor blues scales. Let's pull up the major scale in C, and then we'll run through that because we're going to be able to use both major and minor in this song. So you pull up the major scale, and make sure you have the correct fingering. And see how fast you can go. Try to make it as smooth as possible. You can do the minor with it. Do a major, minor. So basically what we want to do, the chord changes. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And then what we're going to do is go to that B flat, to the F, and and then we end on the C. So at this point, what I like to do, let's do a C major blues scale that walks up, and then we'll do a minor that comes down, like that. Minor that comes down. And the cool thing about a flat 7 when you're doing a minor is you can hit this flat 7 and the 5 note and kind of rotate back and forth. And it kind of gives it a cool sound. So that's a nice thing you can work on, is just kind of quickly bounce between those two notes and then do a minor scale. Like that. So that flat 7 and 5, and then the minor scale. And on the minor scale, if you want to walk down, walk back up, and walk back down, like we did in the practicing it, this is a good opportunity to do that when the band's kind of trash canning at the end, because there's not really a time limit. You're not subject to staying in a particular subdivision or time signature. It's just how fast you can go. So you can kind of throw in that flat 7 in the 5th, do a major. Like that, and kind of play around with it. And then when the band ends, one thing I like to do is kind of slide my hand up and then slide it all the way down, and then we all land together on that last chord. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll kind of trash can it. We'll do a major scale to walk up. We'll hit that flat 7, and then we'll do a minor. We'll walk back up and walk back down. And then we're ready to end it. Slide it up and down, and then you'll hit that one chord. So let's try that with the song and see how it sounds. Yeah, I think that sounds great. So that's just a good example of how you can use both a major and a minor lick in the same song. So if you try that flat 7, it sounds good, you always have the option of going back and seeing if a major and a minor scale would work. Same thing with pentatonic and blues. You can also try that out if that flat 7 works and if the songs sound bluesy. So that's just another thing to think about as you work on your piano licks.